Hey there and welcome. If you are playing any kind of tabletop or board game that involves dice, then I might have something that interests you. This is a foldable dice tray that can be assembled and disassembled, which makes it easier to transport from one place to another. Let me show you how to build one for yourself. Let's go. I'm sorry for my American viewers, but in this video I will mostly use the metric system for more precise measurements. For this build I used these materials. 1 cm thick XPS foam. The dice tray has a size of 20 by 20 centimeters or about 8 by 8 inches. A sheet of cork which is about 3 millimeters thick and at least 20 by 20 centimeters in size, but that is optional. A piece of craft paper that is also at least 20 by 20 centimeters big, and 30 small magnets with a diameter of about 5 millimeters and a thickness of 3 millimeters. To glue stuff together, I would highly recommend a hot glue gun and PVA or wood glue. Some kind of rulers would be helpful as well. First I made the base plate. So I took a piece of XPS foam, marked out the dimensions, 20 by 20 centimeters, and cut the piece to size. If you have something like a Proxxon hot wire cutter, I would recommend to cut the foam with that to get cleaner cuts. If not, no problem, the XPS foam is only 1 centimeter thick, so it can easily be cut with a hobby knife. After that I made the sidewalls for the dice tray, 4 pieces in total. These should be 3 centimeters or about 1 inch high, so I took some XPS foam with a length of 20 centimeters, made the measurements of 3 centimeters and cut them in size. But 2 of the walls were too long, so they wouldn't fit. This meant that 2 of the walls needed to be cut shorter, so I just cut off 2 centimeters of each wall. After that I was sitting there with 2 wall pieces with a total length of 20 centimeters and the other 2 with 18 centimeters. Next I took the cork sheet. Like I already said, this part is optional, so you don't have to follow these steps. I added the cork to give the dice tray a bit of texture so it doesn't look too boring. I cut the cork sheet into the size of 18 by 18 centimeters, so it should sit perfectly right between the walls and on top of the base plate. But before I glued the cork to the base, I wanted to add magnets, which will hold the side walls in place. First I marked the bottom of each wall and also the edges of the base. This made it easier to properly align every part later, so pretty much just a marking for every direction: up, down, left and right. Then I made markings on the base plate where the magnets should go. For the up and down side I measured 5 centimeters from each side and also the middle, so 10 centimeters in. For the left and right side I only measured 5 centimeters from each side, but no marking for the middle. This is because I cut the board in the middle there later in the video. Then I made pretty much the same markings on the walls themselves, so 1 every 5 centimeters for the longer 20 centimeter walls. But for the 18 centimeter walls I marked the spots only 4 centimeters in from each side, because these were shorter. To not accidentally place the magnets the wrong way, I marked one side of every magnet with a Sharpie. Because if you do accidentally attach it the wrong way, the magnets would repulse each other and the wall wouldn't stay in place. Then I took my hot glue gun and burned a hole into one of the markings that I made earlier. I filled the hole with hot glue and placed the magnet with the marked side facing down, so the black mark from the Sharpie would not be visible if you look down on the base plate. Please be careful if you also use hot glue not to burn your fingers. For the wall I did the same, but here with the black marking facing up, so the marking should be visible. And then I repeated those steps until all magnets were placed on the base plate and on every wall piece. When I was done with that, I simply cut the base plate in half, cutting from left to right where no magnets were placed. Now I had two separate parts of the base plate. To hold them together in the future, I also placed magnets on the edge where I just made the cut. I measured 5 cm in from each side and used the same technique as before to place the magnets. So on one side the black marking should be visible. And on the other side it should not be visible. Now it was time to glue the cork piece in place with wood or PVA glue. If you have decided to not use cork, you can skip that part. While the glue was drying, I made some additional XPS pieces which I will place under the base plate. These parts will hold or even hide the sidewalls when the whole dice tray is in the folded state. So I made two pieces in the size of 3 by 20 centimeters and two pieces with 1 by 20 centimeters. The thickness of those parts is also 1 centimeter. Here I also wanted to place magnets to really secure the sidewalls. So I marked the center, so 1 centimeters in, on the thinner 1 centimeter pieces. And for the 3 centimeter pieces I measured in 5 centimeters from only one side. Which side doesn't matter. Then I placed the magnets there with the black markings facing down. After the glue was dry, I cut the cork, which was glued to the base plate, in half. Then I glued the pieces that I just prepared to the underside of the base plate. The thin 1 centimeter pieces needed to go to the center part of the base, so where I just made the cut. And the 3 centimeter pieces on the opposite side, and the magnets should face each other of both XPS pieces. To glue them in place, I used wood glue, but you can also use hot glue for that. Now the craft paper came into play. I wanted to glue that on the bottom of the tray to really hold everything together. I outlined the shape of the dice tray and then I cut the paper into shape. First I tried to glue the paper with wood glue to the bottom, but it turned out that this was not the best idea. Even after some time waiting for the glue to dry. When I was trying to fold the paper, it came right off, so I used hot glue instead. The building part was pretty much done, but I wasn't quite happy yet because the tray wouldn't stay together when I folded it. So I used some magnets here as well. I took a toothpick, put it in one side of the tray, folded the tray and used the toothpick to mark the opposite side. Then I carved 2 holes into the bottom pieces and placed magnets there. Again, one with the black spot facing up and one with the black mark facing down. Now the tray would stick perfectly together. Only thing left to do was to paint the dice tray. It is totally up to you how you want to paint it. I primed everything with a black primer paint first. Then I painted most parts in a brown tone. and the metal cork part was painted in a darker red tone. And that's it. Here is a neat little dice tray with some tricks. I can take the walls down and hide them underneath the base plate, and to make it more compact for transportation, it is also foldable. Have fun building, and as always, if you wanna see more stuff like this, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, and subscribe. Alright, thank you for watching, have a good one, cheers.